listen, before we get started, let's get this out of the way. If you're looking at wheels from companies like Fuel, Motometal, XD, KMC, Asanti, or even the one and only American Force, you're going to want to pay attention here. There's some really important information that goes into effect on the 15th of June 2021 that may lead you to making a purchase now rather than later. As you guys know, 2020 was a doozy of a year. While I won't go into details here, what I will say is that we've been through a lot over the last year and a half, and we went through all of that together. From filming videos in my living room to literally racing our show trucks around a dirt track, we've shared a lot of laughs and we've been through some hardships as well. We've also dealt with an increasingly challenging market when it comes to available products for your truck build. But what else is coming down the pipeline, and how is it going to affect you guys? I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets. You guys can follow me at dusty.co on Instagram. And today we're setting sail on the Pacific to find out just what the heck is going on in the wheel industry and just why you might want to grab your set of wheels right now rather than later. Let's get it. And as always, if you're looking to pick up a set of wheels, tires, or a lift kit, you can do all of that at customoffsets.com. We also carry some other things like headlights and bumpers and intakes and exhausts and tuners and things of that nature. So if you're looking to pick some of that up, check out the website. If you're not looking to pick any of those products up, it's no sweat. Now's a great time to smash that subscribe button so you can keep up with the channel. Since late 2020, you guys have seen us keep you up to date with the ever-changing world of today. It started with tires, where you guys saw us talk about new anti-dumping taxes, production issues, and a whole bunch of other challenges that tire manufacturers faced all over the world. This meant that not only were tires getting hard to find, but some of the most popular tires of 2020 were quickly disappearing. Instead, you guys saw us recommend some awesome replacements that really proved to perform quite well. We're talking companies like Venom Powers or Land Spiders and so on and so forth. At the time, we thought that this would be the biggest of our struggles here in 2021 as truck enthusiasts, and boy, were we wrong.
There's something wrong with us, something very, very wrong with us.
As the year progressed, we began to see a major lag in lead times on suspension products. What once took 7 to 12 days to ship right to your door was taking 2 to even 3 weeks, and in some cases longer than that. We then touched on how most manufacturers were experiencing the same delays because overall they had a lack of raw materials and thus were unable to produce the lift kits as quickly as they once did. It was a lot like when you were first in middle school and you were used to eating lunch at 11:30 because you were in 5th grade, and now you're in 6th grade and now you eat lunch at noon. You still get the same end results, but you gotta wait a little longer, and it sucks. To combat this wait time as much as possible, we looked at all of our suspension partners and told you guys which ones were in stock and which ones you might have to wait for a little while so that you guys would know when your lift kit would arrive. And just when we thought that we were getting to the bottom of it, 2021 was kicking off, we were through the issues, we were rolling into summer on easy street, now we gotta talk about wheels.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? First tires, then lift kits, and now wheels? How's a guy supposed to build a truck these days?
Just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
To truly understand what's going on in the wheel market, we have to first understand the overall size of the wheel market. I mean, let's face it, the wheel market is a big one. And when I say big, I mean B-I-G big. Like 44-inch Super Swampers on 16-wide bigs, Kelderman Air Ride lift kit big, Rainey's massive frickin' Cummins build big. This is why in 2020, when everything got super spicy and the world kind of went down the the wheel industry really wasn't impacted that much. See, most of these wheel companies in the market today are partnered up with several other wheel companies and live under a big wheel company umbrella or parent company. They then take all these companies and they split up all their product offerings between things like car wheels and truck wheels and ATV, UTV wheels and OE replicas and so on and so forth. And it's no surprise that a single company like Wheel Pros can have over 20 different brands under its umbrella with a whole host of products to offer. Because of this sheer size, most wheel companies were able to push through 2020 like your best buddy trying to get to the rail at a Florida Georgia Line concert at the county fair after a dozen or so Busch Lattes. Listen, we've all got that one friend. He just gets in there, throws a couple elbows, kind of slides in there. Next thing you know, you're Udemy away. They just made it happen, and as we rolled into 2021, things were relatively okay despite some inconveniences here or there. It really was going pretty smoothly. Things were pretty easy. That is until March 23rd, 2021. If you're unfamiliar with the proceedings of this debacle, let me bring you up to speed. The Suez Canal is a big old channel that connects the Mediterranean and the Red Seas over in the Middle East. It measures about 120 miles from one end to the other, and it's big enough to host a whole ton of these big-ass ocean liner ships that you see in the ports on the West Coast. While the sheer size of the canal is staggering, what's important here is that the Suez Canal hosts approximately 10% of the world's trade every year. That means that 1 in every 10 products in your household likely came across that body of water at one point or another. That's freaking insane! On March 23rd of this year, a ship got stranded sideways in the canal and pretty much put a halt to all trade coming and going through this ever so important waterway. It took him 6 days to get this ship freed and for the canal to open up again, which is entirely too long in my opinion. I mean, I think you could have just grabbed an LBZ, hooked it on one side, and grabbed the second gen Cummins, hooked it on the other side, and just kind of straightened her out. It'd have been real quick, like, you know. Either way, when a boat gets stuck in the middle of one of the most important waterways in the world, it tends to shake things up a bit in regard to pretty much everything, including guys like you and I who are just looking to grab a set of 12 wides for the new pickup. To make matters even worse, because there was a massive backlog of products that needed to be shipped across the world, demand for freight is at an all-time high right now. Shipping container freight that used to cost $2,000 to $3,000 US in 2020 are now skyrocketing in price, and in some cases are costing upwards of $15,000 to $20,000 US or more to ship a container across the big pond and into the United States. This is assuming that you can even get freight containers at all, as some shipping companies aren't even quoting container prices anymore, and instead they're waiting for wheel manufacturers to call them and book containers on the spot, as demand is so absolutely insane right now. It's crazy now for the supply chain market, and it seems to be getting crazier by the day. Now, wheel companies are pretty stout, right? They're pretty strong, but they're not so stout as to be unaffected by all this riffraff from shipping companies and wheel factories and the likes. This is probably why you're watching this video, and it likely doesn't come as a surprise to you, but the cost of your wheels is going to go up on all companies that have a minimally advertised price or a MAP policy. This cost increase will be about 15%, which is roughly equivalent to about $250 on a set of 4 20x12 wheels, depending on which model and finish you're looking at. This price increase comes because, quite frankly, you guys love aftermarket wheels, and so do I, and so does the rest of the world. And while it may be starting with brands like Motometal, Fuel, and XD, others will likely follow. Companies like TIS, Vision, Motive, Method, and even Hostile are all likely to follow suit over the next 30 to 45 days as demand continues to rise and shipping costs also continue to climb. Quite frankly, if you've been on the fence about picking up a new set of wheels for your truck and want to beat the price increases, you may want to think about doing that now. See, if you scoop them up before June 15th, you won't see that price increase, but once June 16th hits, it's here to stay. One of the last things we want to touch on here is that we're here to help in any way we can. That's why you guys will continue to hear us say that if you pick up a set of tires with your new wheels, we'll bundle them together. They come mounted, they come balanced, they ship to your door for free if you're in the lower 48 states, plus you save some money on the package to boot. Not only does this lessen the blow on the pocketbook, but it also makes it way easier to install, so you don't have to worry about the local tire shop scratching your new wheels all to hell. We've done this a couple times. That's what we do.
I can do this all day.
What do you guys think about all this? Do you think that the price increases and the crazy shipping costs are temporary, or are they here to stay? Let us know down in the comments below, and as always, be sure to like the video, share it with a buddy or two so they can stay in the know when it comes to all the changes here in 2021, and maybe they can pick up a set of wheels for their truck before that price increase hits. With that, I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets, and we'll see you on the next one.